Hi, Cancer. All right, welcome to the space. Thank you for being here. All right. You have the same thing as Scorpio. You want to take a big breath? The exhale is important, right? Okay. So I sang your prayer this time. Remember that one? Remember that? The power of song? Is that what it's called? Remember your voice matters, right? Okay. You're also 12th on the roster. I always find that deep. I don't know if I don't feel like this has happened with you before. So this is good. I'm also recording, this is Pisces season, right? So this is unconscious. And being in the 12th house, they say this is the rules the unconscious. So I heard allow things to be as they are and have faith as you go along. Right? You have a boat, you have a paddle, you might have a few little holes in the boat, but you put them there, so that means you can fix them, right? We always know how to fix our mistakes. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's see what's going on, Cancer. I'm going to open them all up. Just a minute. Just a second, please. So you hold a lot of power in your hand right now. Do you want to see this wand I found? It's actually from a friend, Kim. Isn't it beautiful? So you hold a lot of power in your hand right now. Particularly this right hand, right? This is like the you can and I just saw like a conductor, right? I love a conductor. Because it's conducting the rhythm, okay? And you, Cancer, have a very particular kind of rhythm. I've been thinking about the crab and the way that they move a lot lately. And it's like you're wherever you are, and then you run to the left, right? You do like a little, you like sprint. You like run to the left. And you feel confident in that, and you kind of feel confident, I heard, there. But then there's something that makes you pause. The crab, right? And then it's like, oh, wait. No, I'm going to go left, or right. But when you go right, let me try to draw it. Are you one of those? Were you one of those when you were a kid? Like, let me draw it. Like a Pictionary person. So it's as if, so the crab is here, right? And then it goes, it's like, oh, well, the path is infinite, right? So let's do that. So you're here and you go left, right? But then it's almost like right. Now, again, you're trying to go this way, right? But this is kind of the path of the crab. And then it's like, so it can feel, I guess, as if, because you're not a crab, right? You're a human being, and you're all of the zodiac. You're all of the animals. this is what Cancer does, I guess, in a chart, is it sort of, it heads forward and sort of jolts and then kind of slowly works its way back. So sometimes progress, I guess, the unconscious progress and process can be very slow. But I also heard you have an opportunity at this time to become very brave about something and realize, because, again, remember, okay, so another cool thing about the crab, they are a land and a water creature, right? They don't have to fully, you're not a fish, you're not Pisces, right? One part of you. You're not a fish out of water. I heard you're not a bird with a broken wing. You are intelligent and passionate and hardworking and kind. I bet most of you are pretty good looking. But remember that really doesn't have anything to do with what you literally look like. It's about how you feel, right? Now, of course, caring for yourself or your body, whatever that shape, that natural shape may be, is a very healthy thing. Right? I find actually most Cancer suns have a bit of a Buddha belly. Like it's sweet. It's very sweet. Anyway, so I heard, I guess, well, now let's back up. What is the hang up about your body? And I want you to give that some good attention. You know, I heard it could be your belly, it could be your vagina, it could be your feet, it could be whatever it is. Like, what is that physical part of your body that you don't like or you don't feel comfortable, I guess, with people touching it, right? Because that's really what it is. Maybe certain things don't get touched a lot. So, address that, because this could also be something unconscious. It could be something that your mother said to you when you were a child. It could be an old lover of yours, your ex-wife. Somebody said something that just, I don't know, made you feel... Who was the first person, I guess, to ever give you some sort of... where you felt uncomfortable about what they said, and that made you feel uncomfortable in your own body? Who was that, or when was that, Cancer? And then I heard, and if it was you, for some reason you don't know where it came from, this goes back into that hole in the boat. But remember, you made that, so you can fix that. And I just saw Scorpio. Like, there's always a way to resolve any mistake, right? Mistake. You took the wrong thing. You took the wrong mentality. You took it wrong. Maybe somebody, again, said something to you, didn't even mean it that way, but you took it that way because that's the lesson you needed to learn to become more comfortable with yourself. Does this make sense? Oh, I'm glad we waited for your reading. Thank you for being patient. I heard with yourself and with other people. I heard don't worry about aging, but take care of your body because we only have one of them, right? I heard this is an emotional and physical. Well, this connects all the levels, healthy, right? But the physical healthy really does help, right? When we take care of ourselves, you know, exercise, use the body, right? Make the heart pump, like move the muscles, have the ligaments move around, right? You know, squat, all this. It's you know, it burns off good. This is how we use Mars in the right way. And I'd say especially if you have Mars in Cancer too, You know, that's Mars in all the water. It's like throwing dynamite in a lake, you know? A lot of residual effects there. And you don't really eat those fish. Do you know what I'm saying? So, let's see here, Cancer. Interesting energy. If you're dating somebody or involved with somebody and you don't know whether you should involve yourself with this person or not, create with this person or not, oh, I actually heard you're worth more than that. Like, figure out your worth. Like, are you... Because most things should be in exchange, right? You shouldn't give away anything for free, right? No one's going to pay for the milk if the milk is free. Or even try to get it because they know it's just going to show up. Like, it's like a... It's like, oh, okay, I don't even have to try, and this is just here, which causes other energy to be like, oh, I don't have to try, and then it becomes sort of, this is just something to think about. I also feel like some root chakra clearing at this time could be very helpful too. I also feel like celibacy may be a good thing for some of you. If you feel appropriate to that, it could be very healing to be celibate in this time frame. Maybe to even fast. I actually see fasting from sex and alcohol, and really putting in some work on, because if you got holes in the boat, right? You can fill a hole with things like that: sex, drugs, alcohol, money, illusions, whatever, lies, pain. You can fill it, but this is all temporary because it's all like watery, right? Intangible. It's not a solid thing. And what you're really trying to do is solidly fix the holes in the boat, right? Feel confident in that. I saw the term time. Time is money, right? Time is money. So how are you spending your time? I heard if you're learning something practical or taking a direct initiative in, say, a healing, emotional, intangible space, then good. But you're recorded on the same day as Taurus, and I actually connect you, Cancer and Taurus energy a lot. They're similar to me. Libra ties in there too, but you're so very giving, you know what I mean? Like, but you've been hurt a lot in your life because of that. Meaning you felt responsible for someone else's feelings, so you don't feel your own, or even sometimes I guess feelings could be projected onto other people so that you don't have to feel your own, or onto something. So I heard make sure the thing is clear. You're just a second. Well, remember that what is in front of you is you. And what is the perspective there? I also feel like there is pain with, even if you have a really good relationship with your mom, there's still something here. You have the Three of Swords and the Empress. There's nothing, it's the first, it keeps popping up at me, so like, we all have karma, right? And especially with our mothers, because she creates us. Mothers literally create a placenta, a brand new organ, while you're in there. Because of you, this other thing can create something totally that we don't even have other times. Does this make sense? And actually, it has a tree on it, right? It's trippy. So, and maybe this goes into Lilith too. There are different stages of her, you know? Yeah, that could help you. Let me see here, Cancer. Let's turn these into threes. Just a minute. Cancer, Cancerian energy. For now. Until did you rest over the winter? Did you settle yourself and actually did you rest? I do feel like drinking and sex, really, I feel like if you say, this is the time of Lent too, but it's just nice to fast anyway because it's healthy for us, right? To not have something is going to help you tap into a new place, especially if you're here and you're interested in your own spiritual growth, right? Your emotional well-being, your mental capacity, right? You want to grow as a person in these intangible spaces. Then I see, please, at least during this time frame, no alcohol, no like sex. You know what I mean? Like, guard yourself against that, especially if you're not involved with somebody and you meet somebody and you're like, ooh, it's good, like you're really attracted or something. Double check and be like, how much, like, well, I heard, how much faith do you have in the situation, like in your own capacity to go without something? Because once you have sex with someone, it's almost like if everyone holds karma and this is the most intimate thing you can do, right? Then you're going to end up, it changes the whole situation. Do you know what I mean? It completely alters the situation and it can make it complicated because we end up then like having this string attached to this other person's karma. So again, maybe some root chakra cleansing could be very good regardless of how long. For instance, if you have been celibate, doesn't matter. Go back, right? Most people are not a prude these days. And but your body is sacred, right? It's your temple. You don't want to, what do they say? You don't want all the oil in your lamp dry. You know what I mean? But this can also be your energy. You know what I mean? Because you give so much, right? You could be like, oh, you need something? Oh, come over here and I'll help you do that. You know, because you're so kind. But, I see you have the moon and the 10 of cups too. This is more like motherly kinds of energy, female energy. I heard, who took care of you when you were like a kid? And when did you have a hard time taking care of yourself? Or how do you have a hard time taking care of yourself? If you, for instance, if you were your own mother, right, and you could really look at yourself like as a child, and you're like, oh, I am my own kid. Alright, are you giving that enough attention? And I do feel like for most of you, your mother, which seems natural, but I see, it's interesting. It's like, I keep seeing a mother when you were in utero, your mother was very stressed out. There's something that really stressed her out, especially about like 4 months along. I know this is super specific, but there's something. Pisces, you and Taurus are learning from Scorpio. Everybody's learning from Scorpio, I guess, all the time. But we're in Pisces time again. This is unconscious, so it's like you can let go of something that you maybe you didn't even realize you're connected to, or you don't. Maybe you realize you're working through this, but it's not really. You don't know that it's connected to that. But there's something here. There's something here. In the family sense, right? I do feel like your faith is growing. Also, the relationship you have with whatever your creator is, Cancer, is indicative to your own happiness, your own satisfaction with this life. So I guess whenever you're bumming, remember that is, I guess, in essence of it's a lack of faith, right? Maybe even a lack of appreciation. But I see, those of you who've been here, I see this really confident, ability to grow something new, you know. And I guess for you with the Uranus and Taurus is it's not a major shift, but you do have to. Oh, you had this reading called About Face. Do you remember that? About Face, like. But you don't have to do 180. I heard you just have to stand up for yourself. It's like because all the Empress energy too is about self-respect, right? And it's and about accepting yourself as you are, and knowing that you're beautiful and able and capable, handsome, whatever. You know, that you are growing and healing and let me see here. You are the one that determines your own self-value. You could be hideous and obese. You still determine your self-value, right? It doesn't matter. We said this before, right? It doesn't matter what somebody else thinks about it. Like what the and I feel like your moon sign is in here. That's important, right? Because the moon controls what we like, how we process information. Like, well, I guess it's a little bit more Mercury, but the moon does control the mind as well as the emotions, right? Because again, what we think about is how we end up feeling, what we say to ourselves, how we connect to nature and how we connect to God. And most importantly, the foundation of that is where we come from as a child. Do you know what I mean? Like that really small space. Because regardless of what you're working through now, to me, it always connects back to that place, because that never leaves you. you know, and time is real trippy, right? Especially when you're a kid. It's much different than time as an adult, isn't it? Yes. So, regardless of... Well, how do I see this? I heard if you rest, you are more rooted. So also please just check some basic sleep schedules at this time. Check your energy level, right? These two cards were here before. I just split the deck to both of them again. The moon, a fire moon here. Moon and Knight of Wands. I would highly suggest looking at Lilith in your chart too. Your independence is important. I want you to think about that. Right? Feel confident about that. And I heard, and if you don't like something about something, there's a hole in the boat, then fix it. It's not a big deal. And if I feel like you should watch Taurus's reading, that could be helpful in whatever you're kind of working through, but this is a more earthly energy, right? Something like that. Yes, it will explain more of what's going on, especially karmically, if you're dealing and working through something with the family too. Yes, beautiful. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. It's amazing. That's amazing. There's security here. There's sassiness. There's gusto. There's a little bit of expectation, but I see keep that in check because, again, everybody's got their own holes in their boat. Everybody's dealing with their own things, and you can't really expect too much from other people. That's why you got to be good with yourself, you know, because it doesn't... People do whatever they want to do, you know, but this is very positive, and I also see this as wisdom and clarity, right? I heard what you're really working, what you're working through, and especially overcoming something having to do with an old cycle, right? Again, I see it specifically as family karma. It's strong. Yeah. Wow. Okay, Cancer. I feel a little tired, so that's enough of that. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you so much. Thank you for being strong enough to have this conversation too. You know. Because if we get those cinder blocks out of the boat, it's just so much easier. Do you know what I mean? My uncle calls it a bag of rocks. Some people are carrying around some big ones. You know, you gotta let them go, or you can just drop the whole sack. But remember, your process is a little bit different. And I would look to Saturn in your chart, especially if you're dealing with the father's side of your family. And just showing your responsibilities in general, like what you need to, how to feel stronger in your position. Do you know what I mean? I'll talk to you next time. Peace.